live from the Spero Clinic, Kandi, for your graduation today. Before we start, I just want to say I am so proud of how you came through this process. Because in my first visit, I always said your mindset is going to be a huge part of this. I mean, your mind was set, and you told me you don't remember anything about that day.
Nope, I don't remember you even coming in the room. I was so fogged over when I came in. I came in on fumes, so.
Shows how important.
Well, you are important. I was a little not about myself. So.
Well, I remember what you said, and it was, I'm here to recover. Failure is not an option, and that's been your attitude. So
Absolutely.
I know you said you have a bit of a speech, so I'm going to give you the floor.
I do, thank you. I hope that this won't be too long here. I'm going to do this a little bit different. Today is October 8th of 2022, and I've decided to write my speech on the day that my pain first went to zero. For the first time in the past 7.5 years, I felt what it was like for my body to feel no pain. Today I knew that healing from this dreadful disease is possible. Today marks the beginning of the end of my pain. I started having issues with my range of motion in my shoulders as early as 2012. This is where I think that my CRPS journey officially began. My pain started in the spring of 2015. It started out as a pinch. At first I thought I had a pinched nerve in my right foot. The pain continued to scream louder and louder as my illness went on. It became sharp, stabbing, electric shocks, and intense burning. It eventually spread to my right leg and I developed allodynia. Relentless fatigue set in, then muscle weakness, eventually digestive issues. When I came to the clinic, I was down to 1 meal per day and everything was going right through me. My body became unable to regulate my body temperature. I froze to death 24/7. Heat became my sanctuary from the pain. I went to doctor after doctor trying to find out what was wrong with me for years. Every test that they came back said the same. Everything looks good. There's nothing wrong with you. In 2017, they told me I had tarsal tunnel syndrome and I had surgery to release it. As soon as I started applying pressure to walk after the boot, the pain was still there. I went to San Antonio by car with my son and developed involuntary muscle movements, jerks, and a tic, and my head would jerk to the right. Then I started having involuntary eye movements where my eyes would move back and forth really fast. I went back to the doctor and they told me, you have functional neurological disorder. I went for physical therapy and was asked, have you ever considered seeing a psychiatrist? I canceled all my appointments and I never went back. In 2019, it crossed over and the allodynia started in my left forearm. I developed a startle syndrome where I would throw my hands up and gasp, sometimes with electrocutions, sometimes in pure terror with no pain, like when you startle a newborn baby. In 2020, I saw a peripheral nerve surgeon who thought I had peripheral neuropathy. I had surgery yet again to remove an neuroma from my right foot, a nerve from my right heel, tarsal tunnel release from my right foot again, released compressed nerves in the right calf and my left arm. After this surgery, my pain exploded. In October of 2020, I was officially diagnosed with complex regional pain syndrome, aka the suicide disease. I was told that there was no cure and that this is a very disabling disease. I began to search online for treatment options. I learned about this place called the Spero Clinic on social media. And in October of 2021, I sent for information from Anna here at the clinic, and I found out how much it would cost and the length of the waiting list to get in. When I saw how much it would cost, I chose to only see the impossible. I don't have that kind of money. I can't be away from my family that long. I can't be away from my work for that long. This has to be too good to be true. Anyone could have a good marketing team. Maybe this could be my last resort if my CRPS affects my ability to function, say 9 or 10 years out. In short, it was my backup plan. I learned to drive with my left leg, and I spent the past 2 winters in Iowa on my knee scooter. The winter of 2021-2022 was the most severe pain that I've ever experienced in my life. I remember my husband Craig looking me in the eye and saying, babe, you're scaring me. I'm really worried about you. My only reply to him was that you should be. There were days I kept saying, I just can't picture myself ever making it to be my parents' age because my parents are in their 80s. The thought of 30 plus more years of this much physical suffering was more than I could comprehend. Most nights I would be up in severe pain, either trying to work to distract my brain from sending the horrendous pain signals. Some nights I couldn't walk at all or even be touched. I would sit with earplugs in my ears in a scalding hot bath at 2 to 3 a.m., trying to make it stop. Then at 5 a.m., off I go again to pretend before others that I'm completely okay all day. Any type of sound caused me more signals. My nervous system was on fire. The pain went from being just in my right foot, my leg, and my arm, and my whole nervous system became activated, and it felt like every vein in my body was on fire. My husband Craig would just come in, and he would bow his head, and he'd start praying because he felt so hopeless. The winters in Iowa caused large barometric pressure changes that caused me excruciating pain. At this point, I had tried stem cell treatment, ketamine infusions, physical therapy, water therapy, and more pain meds. I lost 92 pounds with clean eating and taking supplements, thinking that was the cure. In early of 2022, I decided to try lumbar sympathetic nerve blocks. They set my veins on fire. It felt like my entire nervous system was in code red. I didn't know if I was going to pass out or throw up from the pain. I tried so hard to hide my illness from everyone until eventually I couldn't pretend to be healthy anymore. I look back on the past year and a half and it's such a blur. No child should ever have to watch a parent like my poor Allie. Allie has for the past 7.5 years of her 12-year life. She would just follow me into the bedroom and she would hold me while I sobbed like she was the parent and I was a child. You're an amazing little girl. I knew at this point that I was on a deflating life raft in the middle of the ocean without so much as a paddle. No one was coming to get me. If I didn't take direct action, I knew I wasn't going to make it. In May of 2022, I called and I got on the waiting list at the Spero clinic. At that time, I was scheduled to begin treatment in January of 2023. Within a few weeks, I was bumped up to September, and then August 15th of 2022. When I walked in the door, my mind was set. Others had climbed the rock wall that you described, Dr. K. I saw them do it, and that was going to be me. I will do whatever it takes. I am not in total remission yet, but I'm very, very close. I'm hovering between a 0 to a 1. I have been fighting a viral infection for 3 months. I'm confident that with continued treatment at home and the rest in my own bed, it's only a matter of time before it holds completely. And I have something I want to say to everybody who's sitting at home right now. I have something very important to say. Don't sit there and see only the impossible. Choose to see the possible. Through Almighty God, all things are possible. I laid there and I suffered needlessly for another year before I threw up my hands, and I got on my knees and I surrendered all to Him. I had prayed for years just to know what was wrong with me. It took 5.5 years and the answer came. Once I was diagnosed in October of 2020, I began praying that all of my symptoms be healed, and I am standing here 2 years later, almost completely pain-free. I prayed to talk to someone who had been to this clinic firsthand, who was in remission, to confirm that this was the place to go, and that the Lord gave me Hannah Rice from my hometown of Ottumwa, Iowa, who was once in a wheelchair. Take the burden off of yourself and how you will get here, and put your faith in Almighty God. Most importantly, have faith, unresounding faith that does not waver. Mark 11:22-24 says, "Have faith in God," Jesus answered. "I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, 'Go throw yourself into the sea,' and does not doubt in their heart, but believes that what they say will happen, then it will be done for them. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This road to healing has not been an easy one. Many will not understand this, but I can say now, in looking back, that I wouldn't change a thing, because it brought me closer and closer to Him who saved me. I gained humility, wisdom, strength, perseverance, courage, and most of all, hope. I learned that it's okay to depend on others. I refused to give up, and I chose to fight for it. First and foremost, thank you on all glory to Almighty God for my healing. You are so good and so faithful. Thank you to my amazing husband, Craig, and my daughter, Allie. All that you have done to care for me over these years. You have given and given endlessly. And Craig, you give new meaning to the word in sickness and in health. You are an amazing human being, and I'm so lucky you're mine. Dr. Katinka, what you have here in this clinic and these people, your staff and your waiting room full of patients is unbelievable. This place is a miracle. You built this business based on your passion to help us and to truly make a difference and literally save us. Thank you for your life's work. You have brought all of us together as one family. You're also compassionate and so caring. You had a modality or a protocol for every dysfunction that I came with. You continue to learn for every patient and master your craft so that you can help the next patient and the next. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart and from my family for all that you have done for me and for all of us. Dr. H, I don't think she's here. She was the one who finally told me what caused my CRPS. This was yet another unanswered prayer. I had no idea that I had a viral infection that had been attacking my vagus nerve all these years. Not only did you help my body get rid of the virus, you saved me a blood transfusion and you got my immune system up where it should be. Dr. B and Dr. Lauren, you are both amazing. Thank you so much for all that you do every day to help all of us. The endless lines of us coming in day after day. How many vagus nerves you squeeze in a day. Dr. Lucas, you are amazing, and I have decided that you are most definitely a magical wizard. I don't understand how you know what you know. Week after week you kept saying, I see discouragement. I got to the point where I thought, if he sees discouragement one more time, thank you for helping my body to heal. I started with Casey as my NMR therapist my first week. She told me that I looked like someone out of the zombie apocalypse my first week. The way I was dragging my left leg.
It was like this.
So bad. It was my good one because I was so weak. I had to kid her about that. After that, I've had Misa ever since. Misa, you have pushed me. I said for you to push me every step of the way, and you surely did. Those workouts are insane. Brutal, and you made me go from crying 1 minute to celebrating the next. Thank you, Misa, for never giving up on me. Thank you, girl. I scared the daylights out of so many with my startle syndrome. Joy. Since my very first day, I don't even know if I can name them all. Petro at my intake, on multiple occasions, Joy pinned herself to the wall thinking that she had shocked me and Lynn. Katie, Jennifer, Misa, Tyler, this I truly enjoyed laughing about. Thank you to Amanda, who came out to me singing, I want candy. Go girl. Take me in the back. She even did a jig. Thank you to every single person who worked on me, with me, and for me, and for all of those who didn't. All of these therapies work together to help our bodies heal. To the front desk, to Paxton, Paige, Quincy, for keeping us on track with where we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to be doing when we're too fogged over to even know. Gail, thank you. You gave new meaning to how it feels to be truly fantastic regardless of how bad it hurt. Thank you all so much for giving me hope and for giving me my life back. I can enjoy my kids and my grandkids. This is the greatest gift for Christmas that I could ever receive in my life. How does one even express how grateful we are all for all that you do? I will never ever take this life or my body for granted. You have shown me how to care for my body properly and how to walk properly again. Thank you to my Spero family in this waiting room. Have courage. Don't give up. And most of all, stay positive and have faith, have hope, and give it all you got. Even when you don't think it's working, never doubt. Hold steadfast, and healing is already happening, and you have to trust the process. Thank you to all my friends and family and colleagues back home who have prayed for me and donated for me to get here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to my church family at First Church of the Open Bible for your endless prayers, cards, and donations to get me here. Thank you to the Bresci Church for your donations and your prayers. You stepped up to offer me support without even knowing me. Thank you so much for all that you have done for me and for my family. A special thank you to Dan and Becky. To Jerry and Imogene. These are my Fayetteville neighbors at my first Airbnb. You have been so loving and so supportive, and you've laid hands on me and you've prayed with me since the first day we met. Thank you to my friends at New Heights Church here in Fayetteville. Thank you to Lewis and Melody Taylor for offering me your home so that I could be here at the clinic without having to move. And thank you to my team back home at Carson Well for carrying my workload for the past 4 months so that I could be here. And thank you for my senior partners, Russ and Chris, for being the most amazing employers a person could ever ask for. The end.
Do you guys want to say anything, Lisa, Quincy?
Yeah, Kandi came in every day wanting an answer for everything that was going on. Why am I getting to this number? Why am I not getting to this one? Why is My foot's still 1. Why is it still a 0.5? I can't just continue to work hard every single day, holding a 3-minute wall sit at 100 over and over and over again. So I'm really proud of her.
I only got to watch Kandi for a week, but I think that this relationship was meant to be. I got to watch her blossom as a therapist too through you. So I think that was amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nisa.
You ready to do this?
I am beyond ready to do this.